Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Game Lounge. I am joined with my two hosts, Rottz
What's up?
and Dakatus.
What's up?
Today, we're just going to have one theme in particular we're going to talk about, and that's fanboyism. I think we've all been accused of it, and we've all seen it, so I think we're going to start this off with console fanboys.
Oh God!
You knew it was coming.
I mean, it's like the biggest epidemic ever.
Now, as to why people are fanboys to certain consoles, my guess is simply because either A, they can only afford one, so they have to make other people, see that, oh, well, this is the best one because it's the only one I can afford, so it makes themselves feel better while trying to convince others that they made the right choice. B, they think they have some entitlement, or these companies actually care that they love their system to death. Which, of course, is not true. They don't care about you, they care about what's in your wallet. just being frank out there. And C, mentally retarded.
Mentally retarded.
Mentally retarded.
Wow.
I mean, if we're going to be real here, that's my top three.
Exactly. It's hard to argue because it's like fanboys. They say some retarded ass shit.
Exactly.
And it's like, and they do some dumb fucking things. And we're not gonna single out anyone before somebody drops a comment or talking about, or anybody even thinks about saying, "Oh man, I wonder which console they got," or some crap like that. We gon' everybody getting shot at.
Oh, definitely.
In his video. I mean, and the ones that act the worst gonna get the worst treatment, but we'll get to that in a second.
Man, I understand to be loyal to a console you might like or something, but you can't just back it 100% even if it sucks. Balls.
Exactly.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a favorite.
Yeah.
But some people just take it way too far.
Yeah.
And it's really been a problem. Really been a problem when the 360 dropped. Between the 360, the PS3, and the damn Wii, that's when it got to its worst. Its all-time worst. I mean, because we had those little squabbles, back in the day. Like, one of the earliest squabbles would be, oh man, the SNES versus the Genesis.
I was just about to say that.
There's moments where, you're going to build up your side, the side you chose and all. But now, it's people making gangs and shit. I remember, I don't even know if you guys remember, like when I first came to YouTube, and there was this big ass feud going, and it was an Xbox group. I forgot what they called themselves.
Oh.
And then it was this PlayStation gang called the Trey Brotherhood.
I think they called themselves God, I know what you're talking about. It's like the Xbox Army or something stupid.
Some crap like that. And these were literally two factions on YouTube back then.
They had fucking generals and majors and shit.
Exactly. And then I'll look and see somebody left a comment on somebody's channel talking about, I heard you said fuck Trey Brotherhood. I'm like, yeah, what you gonna do about it though, man? I'm like, what y'all gonna flag his ass to death? Like, they seriously had a gang mentality, dude.
That shit's crazy, man.
Oh.
So it's like, I'm up here on YouTube, I'm like, the hell is going on around here, man?
Oh man, I'm mad. I know exactly what you're talking about because there used to be a lot of people. Like, I don't know y'all know if you know Blackbuster Critical or his brother or something. They used to be part of that. I don't know if they're part of it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, well, it ain't as bad as it used to be, but they still do shit on everything Microsoft does pretty much. So they're more or less doing that same thing. It's just they're not enforcing that whole army shit like it was before.
That shit was retarded, man.
Everybody. And then it was the one guy. It was like the go-to guy, 360 fan. I think his name was General MLD or some shit like that. Motherfucker.
Yeah. Like,
oh my god, that
dude,
motherfucker.
Like, he deserved to have the fucking Major General of the Xbox Army, whatever you want to call it. That dude was.
Oh, you couldn't tell him anything. You couldn't tell his ass was raining if his ass drowned, dude.
Oh man, he used to have that retarded Xbox hat on and shit, doing all his
Like,
videos.
yo, the motherfucker wearing Xbox clothing and
Yo, like it was
shit.
bad. It was so bad, but so funny. I used to watch that shit and just laugh. Like this dude is really serious. He is really in love with his Xbox.
I mean, he just spout out so much shit after shit after shit.
I think the only people that really didn't get into it much was the Nintendo fans, and even then, they done some
Oh
stupid shit
man, they
too.
had their moment. They came later, but shit, they came.
Oh man,
Oh, but
that
yeah,
that whole fiasco.
that whole YouTube war, and cause I'm remembering certain names that stuck out on both ends. Like General MLD, what was the other dude name? The one dude named Frank Castle, 1990 or some shit like that. It was like, oh my god, are y'all serious? Gang mentality? Some damn consoles, yo.
Yo,
Man, I wish y'all had this mentality and go do some damn community service, you
for
know?
real, do something productive. Like damn,
Damn,
like you
y'all.
could be saving the world right now.
It's some shit.
Oh,
This kind of determination, y'all can make a goddamn Justice League or something. Yeah, no, I heard you fucking with Trey Brotherhood, yo.
like who does that?
Get the fuck out of
Like,
here, yo. I'm like,
oh.
I mean, I swear they used to come at people hard like that, like they was gonna jump on. I'm like, yo, you leaving this motherfucker a comment. What the hell are you gonna do, man?
Oh man,
You gonna frowny face my ass to death?
yo, you gonna give me a dislike? What?
Is that you gonna dislike him to death? What? Man, we gonna flag your shit.
Uh,
Flag your shit.
uh, oh man, well I gave my 3 reasons as to why people fanboys, and what do you think yours is, Rods? What would be your top 3 reasons to why people fanboy so hard?
Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with your three. I'm just gonna add one. One, I believe people don't, cause I do believe there are some fanboys that don't realize it until it's too late, to the point where they're so far into being a fanboy now, is they not gonna go back. And that's the whole situation of you let's say you can afford any system you want, but yet there's one you just really want, and you like genuinely like the system so much, and at first you start out with like, if you I'll use myself for an example, even though it didn't necessarily go this way, but I wanted a PS3 so bad because for two reasons. One, I loved my PS2, and obviously I know that I'm going to see progression of the series I loved on the PS3. And two, for Metal Gear Solid 4, the next game of my favorite gaming series. So it's obvious why I would want a PS3 so bad. I had to stay focused because, I mean, when the 360 first came out, and I played the demo in Best Buy, I'm like, this is incredible. But I had to stay focused. I'm like, no, I gotta stay focused. I want a PS3. I want a PS3. I'm not gonna settle. That's mainly for the reasons that I said a while. So, and you guys know the hard time the PS3 had when it first started, right?
Yeah.
It was the butt of all the jokes and all that crap. And pretty more or less, all I did was, if it ever came to me, I would just flat out say, I'm like, is not that bad, or it's not as bad as you make it out to be, and all that. Now I know people that they go from just standing their ground on their purchase to eventually they like upgrade to standing their ground and shooting at everything else, and then they kind of create those mental blocks in their head that they start believing that, you know what, this is like the best shit ever, and I don't see a problem with this and this and all that. You kind of get what I'm saying? It's like they kind of get morphed into the fanboy, almost like a damn virus. You know? It's like they go from genuinely defending their purchase to being completely ignorant as hell about it.
It's kind of like a cult, if you want to be real with it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
forms into a cult.
yeah. They get turned out, pretty much. So, So yeah, because that's another type of fanboy I'd see. It's like they made a complete metamorphosis. I'm like, man, you used to be more level headed than that. Like, what the fuck happened to you now?
Well, I mean, we're all guilty of fanboyism at one
I
point in
mean,
time.
yeah, obviously we had. I mean, we all had, but
Yeah.
I would like to know that eventually, we all keep our rationality. The key thing of it is rationality. I don't like people get so wrapped up in fanboyism to the point they spout dumb shit out. Really dumb shit out.
Yeah. So Dakatus, what do you think? What would be your 3 reasons as to why people fanboy so hard?
Loyalty, like Rod said, they get fucking just caught up in it. Like after years and years of backing it up, you just get lost in it. And third reason, I don't know, stupid.
Stupid, right?
I guess. Shit.
Under the mentally retarded section.
That's what it falls down to. It's usually those 3 things: either loyalty, mental retardation, or the fact that I don't know. It's retarded. That's the main thing. I think it's totally retarded. But like you said, we've all done it before. But I think we can actually grow out of it. It's like, you know what? I like my system. You like yours. Just to be the end of it.
PC for life.
Of course, there you go. PC Master
Oh
Race.
yeah,
I almost forgot about them. Yo, they may be the loudest.
No, they're the worst, man.
No, they're the loudest. I agree they're the worst because no matter what you say, it could be not even a video or anything about PC. Someone comes in, PC Master Race.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the worst strain of denial I've ever seen in my life. I mean, obviously we all know that the PC is like the ultimate system or whatever, but yet they get so mad. They get so mad when some software is being held off of PC or is not coming at all.
Yeah,
It's like, all right, let's say like GTA 5 ain't coming to the PC till like 8 months later. They get pissed off.
oh, definitely. It's like, why can't we get it on the PC? The PC's the best gaming system in the world. PC Master Race.
I'm like,
It's like, yo, calm down. It's coming. Like, chill.
whole thing is the masses, and a lot of the masses are better off getting the system and getting the game.
Like, I think if I was to call myself a fanboy, it would be a fanboy of games because I love games, regardless of what system it's on. So that's exactly why I got all 3. I don't, or scratch that. I don't have the Nintendo Wii U or whatever, but that's why I got all 3 systems. The Nintendo Wii, 360, and PS3 because I like games, and there's games on all of them that I want to play. So, that's the main, thing you can call me if you're gonna call me a fanboy. That's the way I'm a fanboy of. It's good games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the whole point. We all in this shit for. We in this shit to play games, and if there's a good games on another console, well, you can get the other console if you want. Told you I got that free Connect, so I bought a 360. Shit.
Makes sense. So, which group would you say is has the worst case of fanboyism?
Nintendo.
PC, of course.
Dang. Oh, we got different answers. This would be interesting. Rottz, why do you say Nintendo?
Oh man, it's like I see where their heart is at, but the ignorance is too damn strong. It's like ignorance mixed with hypocrisy.
Damn,
Like,
using big words.
Yeah. See, gotta be smart talking about dumbasses. but but yeah, the ignorance and hypocrisy is too damn strong. It's like, first off, they act like because Nintendo's probably one of the staple points at home game, and we all generally know that,
Right.
And we all respect that. But just because Mario got you into gaming does not make it that you kiss Nintendo's ass today. Cause like these are two very, very different times going. Like back then, Nintendo ran the shit. Mario ran the shit. It was fun. Platforms, all this. But your interests change. Gaming change. I can't expect you just to keep following all those games. I mean, because most people as they grow up, the things they look for tend to change. Which
Right.
brings me to another problem is most of the Nintendo fanboys they literally have a problem with gaming evolving. It's like I hear this all the time on Skype. I hear people going, I don't get why games got a story anyway. It's like if I want to see a story, I'll watch a movie and crap. And I'm like,
That's
it's so ignorant, yo. I'm like,
Yeah.
you want us to be stuck in the time of still fighting over high scores to see who gonna put their three initials in the number one slot. I'm
mm,
like, yo, the technology has changed, therefore the gaming will change, and I don't get how they'll stay in their Nintendo corner and make it seem like Nintendo is shitting out golden shit bricks and everything else in gaming is wrong. It's like I don't. I mean, you can pick your side all you want to. I don't care. But once again, I'm not gonna let you just shout out wrong shit.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's my problem. I'm not gonna let anybody spout out nonsense. If you saying nonsense, I'm gonna correct you. I mean, or at least let you know that's not what it is. So the fact that they hate on everything about gaming when it's a lot of these games that aren't Nintendo made that gets noticed, like that game Beyond Two Souls that actually got showed at the film festival, at a fucking film festival.
Yeah.
That just goes to show how different game has become now. And it's like it's not always about running from the left side to the fucking right side.
I was just about to say that. Yep.
I'm like, it's not always about that. I mean, everybody has their interests, but gaming needed to change because the tech has changed, man.
Yep.
And it's like they stay in their corner and they shit on everything else. I don't get why games, have a story. Games looking too damn real. Looking real is overrated. Like,
and
what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
that's because their anger is coming from Nintendo not progressing as fast as other people.
Yeah. Again, you beat me to it. It's basically because Nintendo's games don't change that much, so the fan base isn't gonna want to change that much.
Yeah.
Cause let's be real, the last 3-4 Mario games, the main ones, not talking about tennis or whatever, they basically been the same. And I get that Mario has a formula and it's working, so stick with it. But at some point, that's gonna have to change.
Yeah, I mean, Mario doesn't really have a story to it. Just you're a man, gotta save princess. So
Yeah, exactly. So
gotta beat Bowser and everything. Like Mario's not changing at all. Same with Zelda. It's not really changing at all.
So
You got the same basic story. They can change it up a little bit, but that's about it.
yeah, and see, I think that's the problem with it, because Nintendo doesn't have too many games or anything like that actually ventures out into everything. It's always go to point A to point B.
Mhm. And I mean, it's working for them. They're getting sales, so why change it? Like you said, there's no reason to change it.
Right, and then when they don't change, the fan base isn't gonna change.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
And that's how you get stuck in this. And once again, some of the Nintendo fanboys on YouTube they're so fucking funny. I cannot remember this one guy's name, but I remember this dude kept saying, I think it was around E3 time, like 2-3 years ago, he kept saying, yeah, Big Daddy Nintendo about to whoop that ass.
oh goddamn.
And I kept laughing. And you wanna know what the funniest thing about this video was? This motherfucker was in the closet for some reason. He was in the fucking closet, yo.
In the closet.
Exactly.
R.
Yo,
Kelly on 'em.
this motherfucker was in the closet. The door is open, but the light is on. Like he had no other light in his room to light himself to record this video.
It's like, get some sunlight or something. Damn.
Oh man, that's the one thing I remember. I was laughing like, yeah, and then he was talking kind of low, like he was whispering. So if I had to guess, I guess his mom was probably asleep or some shit, and he trying to record this video, trying to cuss and shit in the video, but he tried to talk low.
Billy, get to bed.
Big Daddy Nintendo gonna get in that ass. Like, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, but to go back to what I was saying, like, see, that's part of that ignorance where they shit on everything else. and they stick to their corner and they don't look at the benefits, the evolving of gaming in general. People out in other medias or whatever are gonna keep saying gaming isn't the art, but it's gonna get to the point where they can't even say that no more.
Right.
When they showing a video game at a film festival, come on now.
Yeah.
Comic-Con was originally just for comics.
Right.
Now it's like a little mini E3. They release all kinds of stuff there.
Right.
Exactly. You exactly right.
So, Dakatus, you mentioned that PC has the biggest, fanboy.
I mean, you talk about Nintendo shitting on everybody. PC gamers shit on everybody. The majority of games come to PC, and PC is so customizable, and you can upgrade it at any point in time, get the graphics you want. I mean, I can see why they shit on everybody, but I don't know. It's stupid. This whole fanboyism is stupid. That's all I can say. It's stupid, man.
It is. If I had to choose, I would say it's a tie between PlayStation and Microsoft fanboys, simply because they're the only two people that made websites and armies on YouTube and the internet. Once you have accomplished a new level of stupid when you do that. Like you can't even find a word for it.
Hold on, I'm trying to find this picture that symbolizes PC gamers. I don't know if y'all seen it or not.
Was it like Jesus with a mouse pad or something stupid?
No. It's this guy, this big white guy with glasses, carrying his big console, his PC up the stairs, and this guy with this little laptop comes up and he's like, "Don't touch me, you filthy casual."
Oh yeah.
Y'all seen that? Right?
I've seen that.
Like I can just imagine that if that guy was carrying a Wii or 360 or PS3, the guy would say the same thing. "Don't touch me, you filthy casual."
Filthy casual. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's got to a point where the more rational reason that people can look at them is like, damn, that's retarded. That's pretty stupid. Like, I guess when it comes from a money aspect, you kind of can relate to it, but at the same time, I mean, you chose that system. I mean, we get it. You like it because you chose that's the one you can afford. Bring it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Most people choose the system based on what games are going to be released on it.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But some people just fucking, like I know a guy that won't touch 360 but loves Halo. I'm like, how the hell you love Halo? You probably never played. You don't like these. Like I know he played 1 and 2, but he hasn't played any other ones because they all came out on 360.
That makes
he's stupid.
Let me guess.
Death and shit.
Yep. People don't seem to realize that was a beginning problem that lasted maybe 1 year, 2 years tops. Until they came out with the better version of the original Xbox 360. That was just them rushing out so they can be out before the PlayStation.
Yeah, but still, there was a lot of those copies out there. My brother had a total of 9 or 10 360s.
Okay, yeah, I'd be pissed.
I mean, they had good customer service. You send it in, they fix it or give you a new one or something.
Yeah.
He got fed up with it. It got to the point where he was buying 2 at a time. He had one he played and the other one in the closet.
Just in case. Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense if you've bought so many to the point like your friend does. Like, it's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. I'm not doing this again. That makes sense. Because at least, you tried. At that point, it's not your fault. That's the company's fault.
Alright.
But, of course, fanboyism doesn't always just relate to games.
Oh boy.
You knew it was coming again. You knew it was coming.
Yeah, you gotta move on up to the east side.
Comic fanboys, superhero fanboys.
Oh shit.
Now, I already know which one I'm gonna talk about. You might be talking about the same hero, but you want to go first, Rottz?
Go ahead. No, you can go ahead and kick it off this time.
Motherfucking Batman.
Oh shit! See, I was on the opposite side of the fence. So
Superman?
Nah, I'm sorry, but motherfucking Batman. Again, I like Batman. He's a cool character. I like some of the comics. I like the animated series. But god damn it, you people give him so much power. Why? I mean, to be completely honest, he's an above average human with lots of money. That's what it comes down to. And when you have him in a universe filled with fucking super aliens and conquerors and shit like that, he just doesn't stack up that well. Why the fuck do you think he formed the Justice League?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's the point of the Justice League. He figured, you know what? I can't handle this shit by myself. I'm just human. I can't be everywhere at once. I need help. So why do you get some of the most powerful heroes on Earth?
Yep, you're exactly right, man. But this Batman meme is taking a life of his own. Yo.
Oh yeah, oh he's the goddamn Batman. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? He's the goddamn Batman.
And it's one thing where I can get where they can take it as a joke, because you guys know where that line originated from, the damn All-Star Batman comic, where Batman was a complete fucking douchebag, and he kidnapped Dick Grayson and smacked the shit out of him.
I remember that.
And then he was like, "What are you, retarded, kid? I'm the goddamn Batman." And that's how it got started.
Oh, is that meme that's going around?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it got started.
Okay.
Oh no, that's a different one. That's from the older comics.
Okay.
Nah. This All-Star Batman is like Batman being a complete. I mean, he's such a. This is like probably the worst incarnation of Batman, because he treats Dick Grayson so bad. He keeps his ass. He kept him held hostage in the cave, forcing him to eat dead bats and crap and shit like that.
Damn.
He's such an asshole in this universe, man.
See, I didn't know all that.
Yeah, but the line originated from that comic, because they were riding in the Batmobile, and I swear I think he called him retarded. That was the full line. Yo, what are you, retarded, kid? I'm the goddamn Batman.
Oh, but I'm sorry, Blake. That's the one fan base I cannot stand, is those fucking Batman people. Because I made a discussion on Facebook, because we was doing a versus thing on the group I'm with, and I was like, Batman versus Superman. Yes, I know it's as old as time itself, but when you break down everything, you have them going head to head, one-on-one battle, no help. Superman would take it 9 times out of 10. I'm sorry, he just would.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just being logical. Like we said in the last video, I like Batman more than I like Superman, but I know,
See?
I know if Superman were to take off, if he didn't hold back because Bruce is such a close friend to him, he could have been killed him. He could have swooped down and ran his arm right through his chest.
Yeah, I mean, and for those who've seen Superman versus the Elite, if that type of Superman went after Batman, it's a wrap. I'm sorry.
And even Batman knows it though.
And he's mentioned it in multiple comics, and I've sourced these to people. Batman fully admits if Superman wanted to, he could kill me without a problem. He could end me. And it's like, and every time you bring this stuff up, it's like, oh well, that's just a one-on-one fight. You gotta give Batman prep time.
Time.
Motherfucking prep time's not a superpower.
It's not. Prep time is just that. It's a fucking warning.
It's not. Prep time's not a fucking superpower. If you gotta give Batman prep time, guess what? The Man of Steel gets prep time.
But he don't need it, though.
I mean,
he don't need it. But
he don't. But he gets it.
What are you gonna do? How
Real talk.
Right.
Exactly. Fucking Bruce, he up there scrounging trying to make this ultimate Kryptonian bat suit, and Superman is going, I'm gonna beat his ass. Right.
I might take an arm off it.
Exactly. Like, see, yeah. He's like, ooh, I got it. I could burn a part of his brain and make him think he's an 8-year-old girl. Yeah.
You know what kills me though?
That's beautiful.
Make him think I killed his parents.
Exactly. You're like, you know what? I feel bad for Bruce. I'm gonna burn out the part of his brain that remembers his parents getting killed. He's gonna think they on vacation. like it's, but you're exactly right. In the prep, you can't use that shit in a fight, because it's more like a hunt. It's more like you hunting somebody down. You prepare for them, and they not prepared for you.
Right, and that's the only way Batman can win, is if he gets the element of surprise.
Exactly, and that's why it's like every time This is the thing, that problem with people, that gets to me, when people act like Batman versus Superman is like a sanctioned fight. It's never a sanctioned fight. It's normally when the times Batman has gotten Superman, it's taken him a while to make well placed traps,
Mm-hmm.
only to neutralize him though. It
Yep.
was
And
one of those things. He did it for his own good and for the good of the city. It never came down to them standing face by face saying they were gonna kick each other's ass. It was never that. It was always Superman needs to he has to be neutralized. Batman never wanted to kill him.
right.
And
Perfect
they
example, The Dark Knight Returns.
yeah, the Dark Knight Returns. People act see, and that's kind of like the false pretense the trailer gave, make it seem like it was like a fucking WrestleMania or some shit between the two of them. And I'm like, no. I'm like, this fight has a whole reason. He's fighting him out in public, so he has an alibi for when his heart, quote unquote, stops.
Right.
So he'll be away from the manor, and the manor have been blown up already. All this was to create an alias. It wasn't a damn UFC match, man.
The reason why I think people fanboy behind Batman so much is he's the most relatable superhero out there. He's human, of course.
Right.
And people want to root for him, you know? They want him to beat these aliens like Superman and all that. They want somebody they can look up to, like the most relatable person.
Right.
But I don't know.
I think the one thing that. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was about to say cartoons are supposed to be like a little escape from reality and stuff, but some people want to hang on to that reality and root for Batman because he's the most relatable out of like most superheroes.
I mean, yeah,
it makes sense.
You have a good point. And I kind of do that at times as well. Like, I kind of do that with Iron Man. I like knowing that some regular humans are able to hold their own and all this craziness. Yeah. Now people keep copping out saying, man, Iron Man nothing but a guy in a suit. I'm like, you act like there's a conspiracy and nobody knows that. He himself knows that. But that's one of his problems. He has to, be prepared for. He has to be prepared to be Iron Man whenever he needs to be.
Right.
So when people kept saying he's nothing but a guy in a suit, I'm like,
and
everybody knows that shit.
He ain't trying to keep it secret.
And he's talking about, oh man, he could just take his suit. I'm like, you seriously gonna tell me that this suit can do everything except not let a motherfucker who isn't Tony Stark steal it? He can do everything else though, right?
I think the one thing that tripped me out on the Batman versus Superman fight was someone said they had the audacity to say that, well, Batman knows martial arts. Really?
Oh my god.
Really? So Superman don't know any form of Kryptonian martial arts? All the records he has of his home planet, and all the books he's read. You think he didn't learn how to fight?
Dude. He's trained under Batman a little bit, but even then, it doesn't matter.
Like,
he could be a street fighter and lay Batman ass out.
I mean, it's just the fact that in a pure 1-on-1 fight, no fucking sneaking up from the darkness or whatever. In a pure 1-on-1 fight, Superman will take it. And I'm sorry for you Batman fans out there, but that's just the harsh reality of it. Because up till now, Batman has not won one canon fight against Superman. He hasn't. Every fight that he's won has been non-canon. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but
I can't remember offhand.
Like I'm thinking now.
But you see, this comes into the problem because I have moments of him setting traps, but those weren't fights though.
Right, that's like you said, it's hunting. It's setting a trap. You're hunting Superman
exactly, because I mean, there was canon moments where he's had to neutralize him because he's under the influence or something like that.
Right,
but he never like showed up, got his attention, and tried to fight him. It's like he'd normally guide him in his direction, where he's probably had the whole city under like a red sun orb to mimic it or drain his power or some shit like that.
Yeah, it would be suicide otherwise.
Exactly. So by definition, that's hard enough because I could think of moments of him, laying traps and neutralizing him that were canon, but I never seen them squad up on each other and him end up, and except for the, and then I know a lot of people like to use that one picture with Batman smacking the shit out of Superman with that big ass kryptonite brick. That's only because that was like the just the forsaken of the moment. Yo, he had to knock his ass out, but still, like, but yeah, but that's where the definition gets hard at though.
Uh,
But yeah, as far as every time they fought, I mean, he can't fight him though.
he can't. It's. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it seems like it's impossible.
But the best one-on-one fight he had with him is probably in the Dark Knight Returns, but Superman was getting his strength back during the whole fight though.
Right, and even then, that's not a non-canon fight, is it? I mean, that's a non-canon fight, right?
I mean, it's non-canon, but I'm still saying, just for a fight's sake, it was a pretty good back and forth fight because
Right.
Superman was he wasn't as strong as he was because the sun was so blocked over the country
Right.
because of that warhead going off.
That's right.
So he was getting like minimum sun rays. So that's how you can kind of see like he was getting stronger the more they was fighting because just as long as him being outside, even though he was getting little sun rays, they were starting to build up.
Right.
But I fucking love that fight though because you got to see them going head up. So it was a good fight, but still it was getting pointless because it got to the point where Superman was getting pissed. He started ripping that damn armor apart.
When he said, Bruce, that was 3 ribs, you knew he was tired of fighting.
Exactly. He was like, Bruce, this is idiotic. But I will say the smartest thing Bruce did that nobody really thought of doing, when he abused his super hearing and shot him with that sonic gun.
Yeah, that was pretty smart.
That was smart as hell because people normally don't do that. I mean, he can hear. I mean, he could be in outer space and hear somebody screaming for help all the way on the planet. So hearing a damn sonic gun, you see his nose and shit started bleeding.
Yeah, and he was pretty close too. That was a close range shot.
Hell yeah. So I mean, so Bruce is smart as hell, but once again, it's normally for a reason. He normally doesn't really think he can. You know what, Brandon? I just thought about something else. At the end of the Dark Knight Returns, didn't Bruce tell Green Arrow, he was like, I think after the fight, he's like, all right, I think he's got the point. As long as we stay quiet, he'll leave us alone. He
Right.
pretty much indicating he wasn't trying to beat him. He's like, I think he's got the point.
Right. And for those, because I know there's going to be probably that one guy that sees this, it was like, oh, well, Batman beat Superman in this fight, and it's another non-canon fight. I have 2 words for you. Superman Prime. That's all I'm going to say. Superman Prime. You want to bring up non-canon stuff? Superman Prime. So, that was a long tirade. Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah, that's
a whole nother clusterfuck.
That's on a whole nother level of stupid and fucketry right there. That's just so stupid. But that was a long tirade of why Batman fanboys are probably some of the worst in comics. You said Superman, which is interesting.
Yeah, and this is pretty short and to the point. Is the fact that people like using like a lot of Superman fanboys, they have this thing where Superman in their mind is all his versions blended into one. And they get mad when you point out, when you try to have a discussion and they pull out an attribute that's not part of the Superman you're talking about. It's like, if we have a full on debate about who will win, Superman or this guy, I'm normally talking about the mainstream Superman, post crisis,
Right.
I'm not talking about pre-crisis who created his own superpowers and shit. Like the motherfucker could shapeshift and all kind of crap like that. Like, no, the motherfucker that sneezed and blew the whole universe to one side. That dumb shit, dude. Like that, I'm like, they don't get that. That Superman was made to be able to do anything because he was literally giving people. Those comic books gave people hope back then, Back when those comics came out, people read that and they loved the idea of somebody that can do all this stuff.
Right.
So it's different. So it's different from now. And you obviously can tell if they keep trying to add on those powers, they had to reboot. They keep rebooting every time they get him to a point of no return. They have to reboot him. They did it again in New 52. And yet they already got him almost to the point of how he was. So I'm like, why the fuck did you reboot it in the first place then, except to change his suit?
Yeah.
So that's my only problem is it's like it goes hand in hand with the fact that they like to blend all these versions of them into one. And it bothers me once again that the writers try to feed off of that hype and they keep throwing on these crazy ass feats of strength, and yet he's having no challenges, yo. So once again you kind of see that circle, fans build them up, and writers keep adding the feats. Fans
Money,
build them
money,
up
money.
more. Exactly. Fans build them up more. Writers add more feats of strength, and it keeps going in this crazy ass circle till what? They make them too strong. They have to reboot them again.
Yeah.
Like I told you guys. Yeah, I told you guys. 2011, he renounced his U.S. citizenship.
Oh my god.
And then there's another one. I think it's called Superman Grounded, where for some random reason Superman comes up with the idea he wants to walk through every state, in the U.S. You walk. Yes.
Oh man. And that's an actual comic.
Yeah, it's called Superman Grounded. He decides to walk through the country.
Wow. That's when you know you're out of ideas.
The only real funny part about Superman Grounded is when he owned these guys in basketball. You. These guys, these real hood guys playing basketball, and they was looking for an extra player and shit. Superman wanted to play. It's like, hey man, no flying and stuff, cause that's weak, man. And he fucking dashed past and dunked the hell out of there. But other than that, the whole comic thing is based on him walking across America and people pretty much running up to him and praising him, talking about how he affected their life. And I can kind of see, like, from a reflective purpose where it would make sense, but still, why the fuck are you making a comic like this, man?
That's more like a short story or something, not an actual comic series.
Exactly. It's like there's always a few of those Superman issues that just make no sense. Like this is one of them. I do say one I did like was they did strictly kind of make one like this, but it was from a bunch of different civilians' point of views, and they all saw Superman as something different. And I think there's one woman who was heavily religious. Every time she had a flashback, Superman in her flashback, instead of having a red cape, he had like red angel wings or something like that. For it. But it's like, hold on, let me see. There is 12 parts to this Superman Grounded, and each part is a different city.
Okay.
Because he was walking through. His ass walked for this Philadelphia, Detroit, Ohio, Chicago, Des Moines, Nebraska, Colorado, Utah, Las Vegas. He walked through all these damn places. What the hell?
It just seems so silly.
Yeah. But
I'm looking at that strip right now where you talking about he wanted to play basketball with you guys.
Yeah, oh, you see it, man?
Yeah, I see it right now.
So that's my problem with the fanboys is it's like they don't understand. I guess I can't blame them because they don't understand why there's so many different versions.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But then again, they don't bother to listen though, so it don't even matter. So.
that ignorance, man.
Yeah, ignorant as hell.
So, Dakatus, I know you don't read a lot of comics, but what do you think? Who do you think has a big fanboy base?
Wolverine.
Wolverine? Oh, see, I was about to say we didn't even discuss Marvel. We was discussing DC this entire time.
Yeah, Wolverine has to have. He might not be as big as Batman or Superman, but I'm pretty sure he got some fanboys. Like,
oh shit!
Like these people won't even watch an X-Men movie if Wolverine ain't in it. I mean, Wolverine ain't the fucking poster boy of X-Men, you know?
Wolverine is my favorite Marvel character, but go ahead, dude.
Really? No.
Yeah.
There's people a lot better. Like when it was Wolverine versus Hulk. You ever watch or read any of that?
Oh yeah. Wolverine and Hulk. That's probably my two most favorite out of everybody though. I like their fuse though.
Like there's no way in hell Wolverine could beat Hulk ever.
Yeah, he's very durable, and I think the
He is
persistency.
durable, but Hulk could keep beating his ass.
It's one of those fights where it's whoever gives out first.
But you see the thing is the Wolverines never won though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like he gives them a good fight. But I think it mainly comes to the fact that I think the Hulk heals faster than Wolverine does. Though.
yeah.
Cause I think there was in one of their fights Wolverine cut his Achilles tendon. Now it took a few seconds for it to heal back up, but still he cut his damn tendon and his leg gave out.
Damn.
And I think in the movie when he did, I think yeah he did it in the movie as well. And he was about to stab him through his brain. Now we don't know if it would have killed him or not, but that would have been a crucial shot. But that's when Deadpool and them interfered.
It's funny you mentioned Deadpool because I think he's having some. I think he's growing in popularity where it's becoming like this fan base, this fanboyism.
I bet if you would ask people who Deadpool was like a couple years ago, you'd be like, who?
Oh, Deadpool's like, oh, you mean Deathstroke?
Exactly.
No, Deadpool.
Oh.
Deadpool, right.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's only gotten famous recently because I think he's got his own comic strip now.
Yeah, you know what? But before we get on, I just want to touch on one more thing about the Wolverine thing.
Go ahead.
This is my last thing I'm gonna say about it. And Wolverine's my favorite. Shut up, yeah. Wolverine's been my favorite character before he blew up. It's a lot of what I call dry fans who jump on when shit's at its highest.
Right.
And it kind of makes me ashamed to even try to associate myself with them because they claim they love Wolverine so much that they don't know all these intricate details about him, man. And like I remember one guy was trying to have a full-on Wolverine debate with somebody. He just kept pulling shit from the movies. I'm like, I'm about to slap this dude. So fuck y'all.
Where your comic book information at?
Exactly. So I definitely I think there's been a rise of dry fans who've seen the other outlets and swear they know Wolverine now.
Right.
Long story short, I ain't a part of that group. I've been before he blew up. I was a fan of him.
I think probably my favorite Marvel hero will probably be Spider-Man. I don't know. It's just something about him I like. He's probably one of my favorites when it comes to Marvel. I mean, granted, I know he's not the best hero, but I don't know. It's just something about him.
That's arguable. He may very well be one of, if not the most relatable hero, even though he has superpowers. And I remember Dakatus said Batman could be. Well, you see, nobody's gonna get close to having the riches that Bruce Wayne has.
Right.
Yeah.
Spider-Man has superpowers, yet he has an average salary.
That reporter salary.
Exactly. He had that reporter salary.
That he making off of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That he make off himself. You're right. He makes it off himself.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. My favorite character in Marvel would probably have to be like Darwin or Cyclops. Somebody in X-Men.
I see why you don't like Wolverine. Fucking Cyclops.
No.
Yo, Cyclops was cool until it's one comic where like the Phoenix Force returns or something. I'm trying to think of it. You know what I'm talking?
That bitch is bad.
Yeah, like it was where like it was like after Jean Grey died and like it was something. I think it was his son or her daughter or something. I can't think of it.
Oh, you talking about in the Avengers versus X-Men?
Yeah. I think I like Cyclops up to that point. Dude became real douchey, and at the end, asshole.
Yeah.
Like I think that's kind of what stopped me from liking Cyclops. Although I did like him when he was a horseman. That was pretty cool.
I liked him around mid '90s time. Right around the time where the animated series blew up, and they started making Cyclops more of a stern leader.
Yeah, because he wasn't the original leader, right, of the X-Men.
He kind of always was when it came to going on the field. So he'd be like right under Charles.
Okay, so he's the field commander.
But it's like the direction they took him. It was like he wasn't so much more of a yes man to Charles around the mid '90s and stuff. Like you actually seen him take an initiative. It had almost kind of like a army frame of mind in a way.
Okay. And 'cause I always thought like Storm was the original leader, but on the field, you know, Cyclops took over.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
because you know, Professor X is normally always with them, you know, telepathically. But they started eventually showing that, you know, Cyclops is good at, you know, creating shit up on his own. Until a mistake happens and Wolverine blames him for it. Like in the animated series when Morph got killed and Cyclops had to come off the jet and Wolverine pushed him out the door.
Yeah. This one's for you, Morph. Should always trip me out.
Cowards, all of them.
Oh, 90s cartoons. You're so great.
Yeah.
But I think this would probably be wrapping it up for fanboys in general. I mean, I know there's a lot more we can discuss, but when it comes to video games and comics, yeah, when it comes to video games and comics, there's way too many. And they're probably the most vocal from what I've seen. But before we go, we already named all our favorite heroes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was about to say we named our heroes from DC and Marvel, but I think we've done that.
Well, we pointed out our all favorites as far as Marvel goes. Do we have any other favorites for DC?
DC, I think my favorite as of now would be Nightwing.
Oh yeah, Nightwing's good.
Nightwing is a beast. You know?
Yeah, I think a lot of people like Nightwing. But that'd probably be my favorite DC. Then probably Raven, followed by. I don't really pay attention to DC that much.
Beast Boy.
I don't like Beast Boy. I like John Stewart Green Lantern though.
Man, you crazy. Beast Boy's a beast.
No, I'm not saying he's terrible. Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I never really. I don't hate him. I just never really liked him. I don't like his power. I don't vibe with the whole changing in the animals thing. Unless there's more to his powers than that. Then in that case,
that shit can be dangerous if you think about it. Like I thought they put him on Injustice. They put him on Injustice. He got a crazy ass ultimate where he knock him on the ground, turn to like a damn hawk or something, and fly high in the air, and then turn into a rhino and land on the ass first. You know?
I can see some shit like that.
That should have hurt somebody.
But I think those would probably be my favorite. Is Nightwing, Raven, and I can't think of a third. Maybe and Green Lantern, John Stewart Green Lantern. Those probably be my three favorites from DC.
That's cool. Yeah. Me to be in more detail, but obviously, you know, Batman's on there, but I'm not even gonna mention that. But you know, I gotta agree with you. I like a big majority of the Bat family though. I like Nightwing, and I like the Red Robin, which was Tim Drake.
Yeah.
And you know, Damian kind of grew on me, but I like how they kind of changed him and made him like the loudmouth, know-it-all little brother to Tim Drake and Dick Grayson, to the point where they kind of had those brotherly squabbles and all that.
Yeah.
He kind of grew on me, but then by the time he did, he was dead already. But yeah, between him and I liked Black Adam back when he was neutral. Nah, they just made him a straight villain now. So.
Good picks.
And, are we talking about just superheroes or also villains in DC?
You can throw in villains.
Vandal Savage has to be.
Vandal Savage, man.
No,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, he is so fucking rich, yo. That's all I care about. This motherfucker's been saving currency since the damn caveman days.
Yeah, right.
He is the richest motherfucker in DC.
Yeah.
He found the first ever gold brick, yo. What the fuck? Think about this. He's been building currency since all that time. You know how rich this motherfucker is?
Totally forgot about Savage.
And he'll beat your ass.
Yeah, if we're gonna go with the villains as well, then Deathstroke. Definitely. By far.
Yeah, I don't really like Deathstroke that much.
I've always been a mercenary type guy, so.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Black Adam, but shit, they got him as both now, so.
So you said it's just Savage or anybody else you want to mention?
Well, I like Savage, Raven, of course. She's fucking badass. And I don't think I got a third, really.
General Zod is pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
He's alright.
It all depends on the version of him. Some versions be funny. Some
Kneel
be just
before
too damn
Zod.
still. Yo, and he's fucking hilarious in Man of Steel. Yo.
I liked him in Man of Steel. I thought he was great.
Oh, what's that one guy's name? Ghoul or something like that?
Oh, Ra's al Ghul?
Ra's
Yeah,
al
yeah.
Ghul.
Or Ra's al Ghul, excuse me.
I guess that'd be my third.
Ra's
Mostly
al-
villains, but oh well.
Welcome, detective. You guys ever seen in Arkham City? He tried to stab Batman, stabbed himself. Yo.
Nah.
Y'all ain't see that shit? Yo,
But I'm trying to remember.
Yo, in Arkham City, when Strange blew up the tower and Batman grabbed him and grabbed Ra's and jumped out, and they were skydiving, and Batman tried to get him to safety.
Oh.
You know, he wasn't gonna let him die. And Ra's tried to stab through himself to stab Batman. So when he stabbed through himself, Batman let his ass go.
I remember that. It's like, fuck this shit.
I was like, dumb fuck. He was like, Ra's looked back like, motherfucker. He flipped the sword around. And Batman let him go. I was crying laughing because Batman did it so smooth. Like, I ain't be stupid, really. Fuck you, dude.
Oh,
That shit was funny.
that was great. I think now that you mentioned villains, I think probably my favorite villain and Marvel would probably be Doctor Doom and Dormammu. Those would probably be my two favorite villains.
Ooh, that's a good one. Dormammu, I don't hear a lot of people throw out Dormammu like that.
Not a lot of people know about him. He's really.
Yeah, I mean, and then I don't talk to people that try to be fans of him after playing Marvel's Capcom 3. I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Like he's a legit villain. He's a badass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Probably my most favorite Marvel villain. I guess I can say Magneto, but I think he's good now though.
He kind of flipped on both sides. He's more of like a neutral party at this point.
It's like you know, you can't even fully call him evil. I think he just had brutal tactics, but
Right.
yeah, he kind of remind me a lot of like Malcolm X from Mutant and stuff.
He has some hell of speeches though. That's for sure.
Hell yeah, and
That dude can talk.
motherfucker's power. And next to him, probably once again, Venom. It's like all the villains I like are becoming good now. You know, shit. Like so yeah, Venom and then Electro. You know?
Well, I think that'll probably wrap it up for this episode of the Game Lounge. Of course, if you want us to discuss any topics, news, or just anything in general, be sure to leave a comment down below. Also, we might have a Q&A session sometime soon. I think once we build a big enough fan base, we're going to be having a Q&A session. So, any questions you want to ask any one of us, we'll try and answer. As long as it's nothing stupid. Don't be stupid.
Exactly. And you know, one thing I would like to try and do, I would like to have a viewer actually be in one of the shows with us.
That would be interesting.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
Because as you can see, we're all pretty chill people. We're not hard asses.
Exactly.
So I think that'll probably wrap it up. See you guys next week. I'm glad you guys let me do my outro this time without interrupting me. You know, it's nice.
I'm tempted to say something about how you interrupted me last time, but I'm gonna let it go.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm pretty sure we interrupted everybody. So
yeah, we all interrupted the hell out of each other. We probably did a lot through this video, just don't even realize it.
probably so, looking back on it.
Yeah.
But oh, there's a whole problem with the call. It would Skype. It would.
Yo, did it record?
No, it recorded. That was Skype. That was Skype's dumbass problem just dropping.
All right.
That wasn't on my part.
I was about to fucking cry.
Fuck that shit. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
All right.